Come talk to me. I love the way you're on to me. Looking at you, looking like you're wondering if we're here for the same reason. And I bet you wanna lay in the sun, hitting love drums, sticking like honey. Yeah, I bet you're here for some fun with that someone, feeling that something. If you're looking for a good time, honey, I'm right here. If you're looking for the good life, good vibes, honey, I'm right here. And I'm waiting for you.
Good morning. Good morning. I am so sorry, y'all. We were having technical difficulties. I don't know what was going on. I couldn't hear any of my music. I was like, okay. But I'm sorry for my tardiness. I was actually delayed a little bit. I had to go to my nephew's bus stop to take him his computer or laptop, whatever they use, at school. I don't know what those things are called that they use at school, tablet or whatever, that school computer or whatever. He needed that. So I had to take that up to him. And honey, I tell you, waiting on the on-demand service near my home, it's not like Uber. So I have to kind of wait around on it. But I did walk in the house about 6:01. I was like, okay, that wasn't as bad as I thought. But good morning, y'all. Good morning. Welcome to Joy is Real. It is 6:17 a.m. here in hot Las Vegas. So that means it's about 9:17 a.m. over there on the East Coast. Good morning, Atlanta, Florida. Good morning, North Carolina, South Carolina, and New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut, and whoever else we got on that side of the earth. That also means it's 8:18 a.m. The clock just changed in my hometown of St. Louis, Missouri. So good morning, family. Let's greet everyone properly. Let's see.
I say good morning to you. Morning, morning, good morning. I say good morning to you. Morning, morning, good morning. I say good morning to you.
All right, y'all. Good morning. Let's see who we have in the house before we get started. Roxy, good morning, love muffin. No more drama is here. She says grand rising, joy, and chat. Linda in Florida, she says good morning, everyone. No more drama again. All right, Sunshine is here. She says good morning, joy, and chat. Blue Bear, good morning, joy. Hello, everyone. Young Riaz is here. All right. And I believe that's about it. That's about it. I don't see anybody else. But good morning, everybody. Make sure y'all are hitting that like button. Okay, we definitely need everyone to hit that like button. And I'll love you for life if you share. If you hit that share button, we could quadruple the amount of people in here in a splickety. All right, so Joy is over here doing some stuff. Why is it my phone? Baby, when I tell you my service is not, wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute. Ooh, Lord. Okay, my service is just not the best. It really is not. Honey, I got to double click, double tap on everything. Why is my screen blank? Okay, let me get out of this. Let's get out of this. How's everybody's day getting started? What's today? Thursday? How's everybody's day going? You know, it's not as early everywhere else as it is here in Vegas. You know, 9 o'clock on the East Coast, you know, that's enough time to get up, get your day started. Have y'all had breakfast? Have the kids left for school and all those things? All right, wait a minute now. Oh, mercy. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I mean, everything is blank. This is just crazy. I'm having all the technical difficulties this morning. Why is this doing this? That can't be right. That can't be right. No More Drama says I'm in Cali, so we on the same time. So it's early where you are. Roxy, I'm just chilling out and posted my short today. You did a short today, Young Riaz. I'll take a look at it for sure. I don't know why. You know what? Maybe I just need to get out of everything. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get out of the app because sometimes I have to turn my phone off and turn it back on just for it to work. I don't know why. This is supposed to be, you know, a phone with all the bells and whistles. These iPhones, baby, don't be as smart as they say. Rogue is saying she'll check it out. Y'all, we getting ready to talk about why do Lord Jesus, why do why do women cat fight? Are you guys aware there might be some cat fighting going on in the LaTruth Saga with the two latest ladies of Mr. Hampton's life? I've seen a couple things, heard a couple things, and I said, okay, let's kind of talk about why women get themselves involved with this type of behavior. Not necessarily talking about them personally, but about the behavior itself. That's what I want to tackle today. The behavior itself. Have any of you ladies ever had a cat fight with another woman? And if so, can you recall the reason in which you would get yourself involved with those types of action? Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. Turning my phone back on. All right. So, what if I told you that the perfect lives that we see online are just that, a story? You know, and we get so caught up with maybe celebrities or those that we may feel maybe on some type of status. And most of the times it kind of be a rue, y'all. It kind of be a rue. We see them every day all over the feeds. People with incredible wealth, flawless looks, fairy tale romances and stuff like that. Social media influencers, you know, who built empires, selling us a dream and all those kinds of things. And then if we ever find ourselves possibly in a close enough interaction with those particular types of folk, what would you actually do? What would you actually do? You guys are quiet this morning. You guys are quiet this morning. Ain't nobody talking. We need some help over here. Y'all know Joy loves to interact with the chat. I need y'all to engage for sure. Let's get some music. Pep everybody up. Let's see here. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Oh, I heard it's a birthday too. I heard there was a birthday yesterday. I heard there was a birthday yesterday. Let's see here. I had a birthday song for the ladies. Where is it? Here it is. So this is for Miss Season since she had a birthday yesterday, y'all.
It's my birthday, so I get what I want. I want you and I don't need everyone. I want your time and then some. Don't tell me no, then we got a problem. Piece of cake, celebrate. Peach mimosas in the mall, presents when I get old. Don't tell me no, 'cause it's all about me. Yeah, it's all about me. I want you, I don't need it. 'Cause it's all about me. Yeah, it's all about me. All about me. Blowing out the candles, quick pose for the camera, shaking up the presents. I can tell what's inside. You pay attention to details, so you know what I like. We made it through the year. Somebody give it up for the birthday girl. Hey, it's your birthday. Piece of cake. Celebrate. Peach mimosas in the mall. Presents when I get old. Don't tell me no, 'cause it's all about me. Yeah, it's all
I hope
about
you had a good day.
me. I don't need it. 'Cause it's all about me. Yeah, it's all about me. 'Cause it's all about me. Yeah, it's all about me. I want you, I don't need it. 'Cause it's all about me. Yeah, it's all about me. All about me.
Well, we hope she had a good day because based on the things that I kind of seen, it may not have been as happy as you would want on a birthday. All right. I see a comment in here. No More Drama says, "Happy birthday, Miss Season." Well, we really not here to talk about Miss Season this morning. Not really. I'm really here to talk about cat fighting, y'all. And why women get themselves involved in cat fighting. Why do y'all think women get themselves involved in cat fighting? All right. I had to Google it. Because I was like, I couldn't find a reason in Joy's head that I would ever cat fight because I'm not a person that really gets involved in that type of behavior. Not saying that I haven't done it before, because in my younger years, I can remember having some dissension with a female because of a male that her and I may have encountered, but I quickly learned that cat fighting, the only winner is usually the person y'all fighting over. It's usually not the women that have gotten themselves involved or the men that may be bickering with one another. But Google says the reason behind women's catfights are kind of complex and multifaceted, they say. Multifaceted. They can stem from a variety of factors, including social competition. Now, that's got to be some 2025 stuff right there. Social competition. Women may engage in catfights as a form of social competition for status, power, or occupational success. This can be particularly true in competitive environments where women are kind of trying to get attention to themselves for recognition or advancement. We kind of see that with Miss Amora a little bit. She uses a lot of things that draws you in to set herself aside from the rest, basically. Not saying that all her things are true in nature, but I kind of see, her movements that way. Also, verbal insults, they say. Catfights can also involve verbal disputes. And we kind of been seeing some back and forth a little bit. And really, it made me bring that up in my last live about the hopes that these two women were not engaging in any type of quarrel that is beyond social media, meaning leading to, phone calls, emails, that can be more of a personal level. However, though, the subliminal posts are wild too. You know what I'm saying? It lets the other person know, hey, you on my mind. I'm thinking about you. And I don't necessarily know if that is a good tactic because it lets the other person know you thinking about them. That you may be bothered in a way. All right. Google also says that the term catfight has been used since the 1940s to describe women's disagreements, often in a derogatory or belittling manner. Okay. So again, it's not a good thing to be fighting your fellow sister over what? Over what? Are either of you going to get out of the situation what you are seeking? More than likely not. More than likely not. Let's see what you guys may be saying. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Brittany Davis is here. She says, good morning, Miss Joy in chat. Young Riaz is speaking of rogue. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Y'all just listening to me. I need y'all to help me. All right. Y'all know that Joy needs all the interaction possible. But yeah, the catfighting with a fellow woman, I deem to be, just a move that's improper. It's improper. We are seeing it go down in real time in front of social media, and it could be taken out of context or it could be analyzed properly. Who knows? We really don't know. We really don't know. All I can say is that the display is catty. It's catty, and who does it benefit? Who does it benefit? Usually when women are catfighting, the man more than likely has cut off access because you no longer can uh, gripe to them about how you may be possibly feeling. So what ends up happening is we reach out to the next best thing. And if the next best thing is your new thing, then guess what? Have at it. We cussing out the new thing. I think catfighting is from the person who's losing, trying to get attention. Well, I think both of them could be losing. When you are involved in a fight, you've both parties have already lost because you're entering into a action that is deemed improper. Fighting is not a good thing. You know, somebody gets hurt usually in a fight. And even if there is a winner of a fight, the winner doesn't come out of the fight unscathed. You know what I'm saying? So I think both parties are actually losing. Both parties. Because I would not be entertaining any back and forth with anything old or anything that is deemed not being something that you are dealing with at the moment. If as a man you're telling me, hey, I've moved on from this particular situation, then guess what? We ain't dealing with it. We're not going to deal with the situation. I understand that feelings could be hurt or what have you. And, you know, people heal in their own timing. But yeah, catfighting, both parties usually are the loser. So what else does Google say about this catfighting, honey? Because I was like, wow. So cultural representation, portrayals of catfights in media, such as cartoons, movies, and advertising, often depict participants as attractive and engaging, which can trivialize the serious nature of the dispute. So, what does that say? That the finer the woman or the women, the more trivial the cat fight is deemed. That is funny. So the level of cat fighting is scaled against the looks of the folk involved. That is weird, y'all. That is weird. Let's see if y'all saying anything. The LA Project, she says, good morning, Miss Joy. Hey, everyone. Good morning, Love Muffin. Let's see what else we have up here. Historical accounts. The earliest accounts of fighting women date back to ancient Rome, where women gladiators were pitted against each other. Baby, this fighting goes back to ancient Rome. We've been fighting against our fellow sisters since ancient Rome. That is crazy. We got to do better, ladies. We got to do better. We can't allow the attraction or the wanting of a man to hurt our fellow sister. Because we all know that these men, baby, they could play games with you if you are not careful. In this saga, we have a gentleman that will emphasize he is in a friendly relationship, and in the same breath, say he's celebrating an anniversary. Now, although I am definitely in agreement that Numbnut definitely fibbed about the DV situation, you know, but that doesn't take away the actions of a person that, that maybe truly are there. You don't have to be a person that bruises folk because you possibly like the company of a woman or of women or multiple women. You don't have to necessarily, go that far for sure. So, you know, we're going to see the Coliseum. Yes, the Coliseum. I didn't know women were fighting in the Coliseum, the LA project. Google doesn't say that they were fighting in the Coliseum, but it does go back to ancient Rome. So, our eyes definitely view ancient Rome. That's the first thing that probably come up in our brains, the Coliseum. But probably so. There probably were uh fights between women there. I wish I could have been a fly on the wall to see exactly, how they were getting down. Were they using the same kind of tools that the men were using? Because y'all know the men were fighting to the DEATH. Were the women doing the same thing? So it says here, these factors contribute to the perception of catfights as a natural and common occurrence among women. Despite the fact that they are not biologically necessary, the term has been used to label female opponents, which has led to criticism from feminist historians who argue that this is used to demean women's anger and aggression. Oh, ladies, ladies, ladies. What I can say is don't get yourself involved. Don't get yourself involved. If the man has a situation where you are arguing or bickering or have any type of disagreement with their former partner, you might need to want to reevaluate the situation, because everything that look good ain't good. Just because something quack like a duck don't necessarily mean it's going to operate all the way 100%. Maybe the quack might be a little off. Maybe the duck may walk with a little limp. Maybe it's missing a couple feathers or so. You got to use great discernment. That was entertainment for the Romans, yes, ma'am. I don't know if women were fighting them. Well, Google saying that ladies been fighting since back in ancient Rome. That they were pitted against one another, more than likely using the male existence. We get so foolish when it come to men. Ooh, we get foolish, baby. We get so foolish, we may do some diabolical things. I've been wronged by women. I've told y'all. I had a cousin. She still, I ain't gonna say had a cousin because she's still alive. I have a cousin that, got involved with a boyfriend of mine back in the day with no problem. See, no problem with it, baby. Baby was just as happy that this boyfriend of mine was paying her some attention, that her side of the family, accepted this boy coming down to the family's house, entertaining her. Like it gets real crazy. They found other women or animals. It said other women. Excuse me, y'all. Y'all know I still got this cough. My mom used to say, if he's not your husband, he's community property. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. Because, baby, you got some girlfriends and some boyfriends out here that take their role or take their place very seriously. And if you come encroaching onto their territory, you might pull back a nub. So I understand that he may be community property in your mom's eyes, but that might have you with a couple bruises here and there. I don't know. I don't know. Now I ain't one to fight over no man. Believe you me. I did that one time, and I didn't start the fight because joy is scary. Joy is scary, and I don't mean scary like not to protect myself. I don't like getting involved in that type of action because I feel like I'm gonna hurt somebody real bad, real bad. So I tries to not get involved in no type of altercation. But Joy had to defend herself against a woman who wanted to catfight over a man. And the man was in jail at that. Now, why is we catfighting over a Negro that neither one of us can have? Neither one of us. Matter of fact, the judge said that he got 60 years. Why is we even thinking about this man? Both you and I need to be moving on and figuring out how we fit figure out this life now that this man is behind bars. Meaning stay away if he's not worth the fight. Cat fight or a physical fight. Yeah, well, I don't know if any man is worth a fight. If you're fighting another woman for his what? His attention, his love. What are you fighting another woman for? When it comes to the man. I think the only reason for fighting is if you're protecting yourself from harm. A woman taking your man, that ain't, that is harmful, like to your heart. But you ain't gonna, well, I ain't gonna say that you ain't gonna DIE, because some women get so depressed that they could get into a depression where you might check up out of here. You might, ooh, Lord, I forget about how stressful sometimes these men or have women. And you can get up out of here from stress. Stress is like the number one reason that folks are no longer with us. Snooky is here. She says, good morning, Joy. Good morning, Snooky. Let me see. Let me find your intro, love muffin.
Too hard, too different, too wild, too loud, done with too much style, too far, too futuristic, and far too young to match with.
So have any of you been involved in any cat fights? I've asked that earlier. We ain't got too many folks in here this morning. What is up with today? Is somebody else live? It's only 12 folk in the room today. Do y'all know if anybody else is live? I did not look. Y'all know I need to be looking. I be forgetting. I don't see. Nope, I don't see anybody else live. Mm-mm. You know, YouTube ain't been doing right with the notifications. I heard that we need to be sharing our own stuff like to the community board and stuff. Cause it's real, it's like nobody did anybody get their notifications? It's nobody in here. I know I had to end that first live. I wonder if that got something to do with it, or what have you. Linda, I'm not the cat fight type, so I stayed away from that because I would have been in the Coliseum. I know that's right. Miss Florida. I ain't the cat fighting type either at all. Let's see here. What is this here? All right. Create. Give me a second, y'all, because I'm trying to figure out why ain't nobody in here. Another content creator was having this trouble yesterday. Did y'all get y'all notifications? YouTube tripping. YouTube is tripping, honey. The StreamYard wasn't working at first. Snooky says, I didn't get a notification. See, that is absolutely terrible. That is just absolutely terrible. What are they doing? It's 11 people in here. I really wanted, at least 20, 30 people in here to talk about this particular subject. I really did because I wanted some feedback. I actually wanted to drop the link for anybody that wanted to come up and we can actually have a discussion. Is there anybody in the audience that want to come up and have a discussion about cat fighting and women involved in cat fighting? Linda said, nope, I just saw while online. Ain't that something? YouTube, what are you doing? You ain't putting out joyous notifications. I'm too new for you to be playing with my folk. I need all my folk to get their notifications, darling. I need all my folk to get their notifications. This is crazy. Okay, wait a minute. Let's go here. Oh, come on now. Come on now. All right, y'all. While that is loading, let's see here. That is loading. Let's do. Oh, let's see. Social. Oh. Lord, y'all. I'm coming. I am coming. I'm doing some things in the background. Building a I tell you, my system is so slow. I'd be so glad when this AdSense stuff get to AdSensing. Because, baby, let's see here. All right, here we go right there. Bop, bop, bop. Anybody got anything planned for the weekend? Anything big planned for the weekend? Y'all real quiet this morning. Y'all real quiet. Is Thursday like not a good day? Is it not? Let me check here. Check what these likes are doing. Check what these likes are doing. All right. All right, there we go. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. The likes are liking a little. The likes are liking a little. I wish it showed our shares. All right, here we go. My computer's still moving slow, y'all. So basically what we are seeing, with the two ladies that are involved in what we consider a cat fight is, it says here, what we see on the screen is more than just drama. That it is a carefully crafted narrative with devastating real world effects. We expose how the catfight trope fuels harmful stereotypes and leads to tangible social discrimination against Black women. Let's see here. It says, for decades, we have been fed a steady diet of Black women in conflict, from scripted dramas to the explosion of reality television. The story is always the same. Black women are aggressive, confrontational, and always at each other's throats. These scenes get clipped, turned into memes, and spread across social media until they become part of our cultural shorthand. We see the viral moments, maybe we even laugh at the clever insults and the over the top flair. So that just tells me that we like the drama. We like the drama. And possibly when opportunities come about to get involved in the drama, it could be strategic. Y'all think this situation is strategic? Are we all getting played here? Is this a big old rule, a big old skit? Because these two women, one new and one not so new, and we see them already interacting with each other in a not so ladylike way. But is it just for show? I've been told that Mr. Hampton does a lot of things just to get folks a talking. So could this be just another one of those things? Miss Joy probably hasn't kicked in yet. Coffee hasn't kicked in yet. Your coffee hasn't kicked in yet. A-Dub is here. He says, hey, Miss Joy. Hey, A-Dub. How are you, love muffin? Listen, I hope that this is not all for show. Now, it has not gotten super ugly, but it definitely is on the radar of a few folk. Folks are watching every like, every heart, every comment, every post, and analyzing it to their best opinion for sure. As you guys are very well aware, I never really gave too much opinion on Mr. Hampton's personal life because he never really gave too much, you know, he don't say too much about his personal life. Even though we saw Miss Season, I said, well, he ain't saying that that's his woman. So I ain't getting ready to say nothing, because I know how men could be. I did remember him saying that he didn't want to get himself involved, with anything serious. Once him and Numbnut got a divorce, I recall him saying that. But, y'all know men, even though they might say that they don't want this or that, their actions always confuse you, right? I heard a term used this morning that I couldn't believe. Men are be out here recreational using women. I heard a man say this morning that sometimes he uses women for recreational use. That was wild and insane. Recreational use, y'all. Now, this was not used by a young man. This was used by a man you would, of a particular age that you would think would have a little bit more going on than sleeping around with women still. I cannot believe that in men's older age that they are still out here trying to knock down as many women as possible. They're still doing that. They're still looking at us as something to play with. So we have to be very careful, ladies. Yes, A-Dub, recreational use. Recreational use. I was dumbfounded. I am going to have a conversation with both of my sons before the weekend is out that they bet not ever in their life ever look at a woman as anything recreational. You bet not. You better have respect for yourself, and especially a woman. Because if you're sleeping with a woman recreationally, what does that say about you as a person? That you don't even respect your own self enough to find something that is worth the 100% that is needed to have a great relationship. Recreational. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I couldn't believe it. Y'all speaking to one another? I mean, it is 50 minutes and only 15 people got in here. I think because of my live this morning that I had to end, that it definitely, did something probably to the algorithm. I need y'all to be sharing. Y'all need to hit that share button. Matter of fact, that's what I'm getting ready to do. I'm getting ready to share this live onto the community post. Y'all give me a second. What y'all think? What do y'all think? This topic here has me really thinking. It really does. Catfighting, being deemed by men as recreational, it's just not a good look surrounded around this saga at this moment. Let's see, y'all. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go to share. There we go. Give me 1 second. Can I share? Okay, get shareable link. Link copied. Okay, got that done. Got that done, y'all. Y'all know Joy is slow. All right. All right, we're gonna do that. And do this here. All right. All right. And then pop, pop, pop. And let's see if that's going to do anything. All right. Okay. So, yep, it does take you to live. Okay, I did it, y'all. I shared the live to the community board. Hopefully that helps. Because y'all, like the 12 people that in here, y'all ain't talking to me. I need some feedback. Is there anybody that wants to come up and talk about this topic? Ooh, Lord, Joy is getting hot. All right, let's go back to this here. It says, for decades, we've been fed a steady diet of Black women in conflict for spectrum dominance explosion. Did I read that? Yeah. Okay. All right, I read that. Okay, so, but what if I told you this multi-billion-dollar entertainment formula is built on a legacy of dehumanization? So they saying like this catfighting stuff there's a formula involved, but it's tied into being dehumanized. See, that's why you shouldn't be catfighting. It dehumanizes you. I know every time I had a physical altercation with a person, I never felt good after it. Even if I was deemed the winner, I always felt bad. What about y'all? What about y'all? Okay. Let's see. Still ain't nobody. Look, y'all. I'm finna get up out of here. Y'all ain't talking. The number, is not changing. I don't know what YouTube is doing. I've been live almost an hour. I remember when he was at the gym with Numbnut hyping her up, telling us that he liked them young, pointing his phone at pointing his. He do like him young. His new friend is a year younger than Numbnut. She's 32. He likes him young. And I think that's, on purpose. Folks that like younger women for a reason. It's usually because you can lead them. They already look at you as, an elder more than likely. But usually men who get involved with much younger women, it's because they want to lead them. I've always dated older men. Now, not as old as the amount of years between Miss Amira and Mr. Hampton, because what, Miss Amira is what, 32, Mr. Hampton's 44. So that's like 12 years. I've never, I've dated someone, that much older, but not like get involved. My baby daddies are about 6, 7 years older than me. Not a whole decade. When you get to that mark of being a decade older than your spouse or partner or love interest, it gets a little sticky. It gets you a little sticky. Miss Nina is here. She says, good morning, Joy in chat. Y'all speaking. Okay. Miss Nina, go get some of your cousins and tell them to get up in here. Why they ain't got up in here? Because it's 11 people. I've been live an hour. Good morning. And I don't know what YouTube is doing. I really wanted like 20, 30 people in here so we can get a good conversation. The 11 people we got in here, y'all must all be tired because y'all ain't really talking. Who said that they hadn't had their coffee yet? Somebody said they hadn't had their coffee yet. I think it was No More Drama. I might just go ahead and end it here and come back later on in the afternoon because it's something going on with the algorithm. It's got to be. None of y'all got y'all notifications, and I really do think it has something to do with that live that I had to end this morning. It just wasn't working right. It just wasn't working right. So, I guess the hour that I've already done is a good place to stop for the replay viewers. I went into a little bit, not everything that I wanted to get into. I have so much stuff that I wanted to get into, but again, I was wanting at least 30 people in here to try to get a good conversation. YouTube do that sometimes, I know. Yeah, and I guess you can never tell when they, unless when this kind of stuff happened, 12 people, and then nobody got their notifications. Nobody got their notifications. Lena Love is here. She says, hi, Miss Joy. Hey, Lena. Lena, we finna get up out of here because YouTube done played with my notifications this morning. I done already done an hour and the numbers haven't gone up. So we're going to probably kind of give it a shot. Maybe a little later. Maybe we'll give it some time to maybe get through the algorithm. I don't know. I don't know how those things work or not work. We're going to figure some stuff out though. But I know watching some content creators, like yesterday, some content creators were having issues. Well, not yesterday, the day before. And then yesterday, they didn't have any problem. They got hundreds of people in their chat. So I don't know what YouTube is doing. Lena says, I just saw when I got on. I didn't even get notified. See, that's terrible. That is terrible. But I really do believe it was because y'all probably did get notified the first time when I went live, but that live wasn't working. I wasn't able to hear anything. I really did. So we're going to end it right here since it's been an hour and the numbers are not moving. And I don't, I'm not saying that you beautiful 11 people are not important. Y'all are. Y'all just are not engaging. Y'all not engaging. We only got 1 or 2 people engaging at the moment. And, that for analytics sake, they say we should, not move forward when things like this are going on. So I am going to follow the advice of the YouTube analytics and just end it here, and we'll come back later. So let's get Ba-ba-da-da-da. This outro music on. There we go. All right. All right, y'all. So enjoy your night. Enjoy your day. Enjoy every moment that comes your way. Y'all know why. It's because joy is real. All right. So until next time, see you soon. Mwah, 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 mwah. See y'all later.
Baby, I'm a hard mess. Your heart is like a fortress. But baby, I'm still curious about you. Baby, I'm a hard mess. You play me like you're playing chess. Yes, you are oblivious.